Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. This is a game I've wanted to play for a long time. It's something not really what I'm normally into. Yes, it is an RPG. Yes, it is story-based. Yes, you have a lot of character customizations and choices. But it's a bit different, as in I've never really played a game centered around vampires before, but I don't know why. I've just always been very intrigued with this game. I've seen like parts of some Let's Plays, but I don't really know the story all that well. I don't really know what happens or why it happens, but I know that this is definitely a cult classic and something that, despite its age, is still like really talked about. And now they have a sequel coming out, I think this year, but they don't have a release date just yet. So anyway, I just was really intrigued with it, so I want to get right into a new game here. And they're actually going to give me a couple options. I can just go ahead and choose how I want to start, or I can answer some questions and they're going to kind of choose for me. So let's see here. If you don't know, this is actually based on I think a board game, actually, or it's like a board game that had a video game based off of it, and I think there's also like a book. I'm not sure. Okay, so a new game starts with creating a new character. Would you like to ... Answer a series of questions about the type of vampire you would like to play and allow the game to create your character, or go directly to the character sheet and set your character's clan attributes and abilities yourself. So I'm going to do that. Though I'm probably going to do the same one. I'm going to do the same clan that was already suggested for me, but we're going to go through all of them. So let's start with Toreador. The Toreador picture themselves as artists and visionaries, and they value the high society mentality that the Camarilla reinforces. Of all clans, the Toreador are the most connected to the mortal world through the arts and entertainment. Toreador are beautiful creatures, svelte and seductive, and move almost effortlessly through the society of the living. The Toreador's empathy is both a gift and a burden. All humanity's shifts are doubled. And then we have the Bruja. The Bruja are passionate idealists and rebels, more likely to fight for their rights than write protest songs. In life, most Bruja sought social change and undeath. Most clan members commonly seek the creation of a vampiric utopia. As militant radicals, they are renowned for their combat skills, but are also more likely to frenzy due to their hot-bloodedness, so to speak. They receive a +1 to their unarmed feat, but are penalized with a -2 to all frenzy checks due to their zealous natures. The Gangrel. The Gangrel are wild loners that are the most in tune with the beast within, allowing them to shapeshift into more beastly forms. Nomadic in nature, Gangrel care little about vampire politics and prefer to dwell and hunt in the outskirts of society. Because of their animalistic nature, they receive a +5 to strength, stamina, and wits during frenzy. However, because of their inherent feral nature, Gangrel will receive a -1 on all frenzy checks. So I don't really know exactly what frenzy is yet, but I'm sure we'll learn more about that later. The Malkavian. Malkavians are known as lunatics because of their ability to hear voices of insight and subject others to their insanity through their disciplined dementation. The world appears much different to the Malkavian than it does to the sane clans, though the extent of a Malkavian's madness depends on the individual. A blessing and a curse, a Malkavian's insanity will help or hinder them depending on how much they struggle against their nature. Malkavians start with a +2 bonus to inspection. The Nosferatu. Hideous, skulking, and powerful, even in a world of monsters, the Nosferatu stand out. The embrace twists and deforms their physical features, forcing them to seek sanctuary underground. Nosferatu are masters of the shadows. Due to their curse, Nosferatu have a seduction of 0 and can never raise it higher, and they hide their existence from common humans. Having shared the darkness with vermin for so long, vampires of Clan Nosferatu are able to draw extra nourishment from rats. And then I think we already read the Toreador. And then the Tremere. Tremere. So, blood sorcerers born from mystic rituals and diablerie. The Tremere are the least trusted of the Camarilla clans. The Tremere used to transform from living mages into undying monsters, stripped them of their magic arts to compensate. The vampires of Clan Tremere developed thaumaturgy, the powerful discipline of blood magic. The clan guards its secrets jealously and are the only kindred to wield this powerful discipline. The pursuit of arcane knowledge comes before all else, and the reliance upon it has weakened the bloodline. Tremere can raise no physical attribute above 4 points. And then last but not least, the Ventru. Ventru, truly the upper echelons of society, the Ventru are seen as the honorable and virtuous leaders of the Camarilla. They wholeheartedly support the Masquerade, influencing the mortal and undead worlds to help them maintain the Masquerade, as well as garner support for themselves. Clan Ventru is an exclusive and powerful gathering of immortals, and even the lowliest initiate of Clan Ventru can expect special treatment in kindred society. This regal bloodline, however, gains no nourishment from the lowborn or thin-blooded. Ventru gain no blood from feeding on animals. Feeding on low-life humans, prostitutes, and the homeless can cause the Ventru to vomit. Okay. So that's, oh man, these all sound really cool. I'm not a fan of the Nosferatu because I want to be able to actually interact with humans, and obviously, if you look at this guy here, that would kind of make that difficult. I'm interested by the Toreador. I'm going to look closer at them again. So, artists and visionaries, and they value the high society mentality that the Camarilla forces of all clans. The Toreador are the most connected to the mortal world. I like that. I like being connected with, being able to interact with humans to me sounds like it would be beneficial. And move almost effortlessly through the society of the living. Okay. And they also have empathy. Interesting. There's both a gift and a burden. All humanity I don't know what a humanity shift is. Interesting. I like that, and I like the Ventru as well. The only problem is it seems to limit what you can feed on, and I know that blood is kind of an important aspect here. What? I didn't know about this. I'm gonna have to check this out. Okay. And I know, being a Ventru, I know that some of the other clans really aren't going to like me. Oh man. This is tough. You know what? I want to go as a Ventru. I'm going to be male, and then here's my... Okay, so I can choose a history. Well, okay, so I'm just going to run through them all and see what they say. Homosexual. You always found your own gender much more attractive than the other sex. Why does this... Does this affect anything? You've always blah blah blah. Although many people still have issues dealing with this, maybe vampiric society is different. Okay. Juvenile hall disciplinarian. Already as a teen, you love to demonstrate your influence and power over others. Swap the priority order of your attributes to physical, mental, social. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I see what it's doing here. Okay, you were very privileged. You have a bonus and a variety of abilities, but you're mild-tempered and weak-willed. You can't ever raise dominate and intimidation above 3. Megalomaniac. See, you have a big ego because of your confidence in yourself and your abilities. People either really hate you or are drawn to you. Ugh. What is subterfuge? Okay. Hold on. I want to figure out what subterfuge is because I want to have a high charisma. Hmm. In addition to the beast within, you struggle against an even darker force. You feel the pull of salvation and damnation in your every action. Runaway. I'm horrible at stealth, so I don't even want to waste my time investing in that. Alright, I'm gonna be a corporate schmo. I don't know what it does. I don't care. Whatever, we're just going with Mike here. Alright. It's not gonna be the ideal playthrough, but it is what it is. Okay, like how many points do I have? Or, like, okay. So charisma measures your character's ability to sway others through personality. Okay, manipulation measures your character's ability to exploit people in events. Okay, I don't really care about haggling. I don't really care about seduction either. I want persuasion. This is tough, man. Okay. I don't really care about hand-to-hand combat. I want to avoid that, really. Probably good to have something in dodge. Obviously, I want some experience in firearms. Security. Probably put something in that. If I have to melee, I want to have something in that. Probably computer? Finance. Oh, that's cool. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to let the game kind of do some things for me here, and then if I want to change it up, I'll change it up. So I'm going to do the answers I did last time. So you're at a nightclub, having a damn good time. When you realize you're out of money, no cash, no fun, do you? You're at a nightclub. I don't remember this being a question. Do you seduce somebody, have them pay for the drinks, time is just right so you can stash a bottle when the bartender isn't looking? Read a book or listen to music. Honestly, yes. An intruder has broken into your house and has entered the room. You have no choice but to confront them. Do you grab your gun? Some drunken mortals attempt to pick a fight with you in a bar. Do you trash a place with a fool's broken bodies, clear the place out with a mere wave of your hand? Okay. You met someone at a club and they took you back to their place. Things start getting interesting when all of a sudden you hear someone come to the front door. They're supposed to you. Head to the kitchen. Pretend you're a distant cousin. Your new neighbor is everything you've ever wanted in someone. How do you get them to go out with you? Spend a good amount of time around the windows topless. No. The world's a cruel and unforgiving place, but you've gotten by so far. Why? Because the world bends to my will. Ventru. Okay. Last time it told me Toreador, but... Okay. And so your strongest attribute is social, in which you have 2 points you can spend. You also have 1 point to spend in mental and no points in physical, your weakest attribute. As for abilities, being Ventru gives you an advantage in your cultivated knowledges, therefore you have 3 points to spend. You have only average abilities and talents, and are weak in skills. Feats are the actions you perform in the game. Feats are derived from adding an attribute and an ability. An example would be the feat of lockpicking, which is derived from the attribute of dexterity and the ability of security. Hovering your mouse pointer over a feat will highlight the attribute and ability upon which it is dependent. You are a member of the Ventru clan, leaders of vampire society. Ventru see themselves as nobles in the classic sense of the word, fighting to uphold the station of those below them. When another vampire requires aid, the Ventru can often provide it for a price. Their disciplines are dominate, mind control, fortitude, vampiric toughness, and presence, vampiric charisma. This is your humanity. 7 is a norm, 10 is saintly, and the lower you go, the closer to the beast you become. Also, the lower your humanity, the greater your chances of frenzying. When a vampire goes into a frenzy, he loses all control and attacks only any and all things around him. However, as you gain experience, you can spend experience points to increase your humanity. This is where your Masquerade violations are displayed. The Masquerade is a code by which many vampires unlive. Anytime a vampire is seen doing a supernatural act by a mortal, it is considered a Masquerade violation. You have 5 chances, and each strike will have repercussions. If you commit 5 Masquerade violations, you will be dealt with harshly. Okay, so it looks like something I do not want to do at all. Alright, this is where all information on things you are hovering over is displayed. Okay. And, okay. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. So it's looking like, okay, I've already got everything selected. Looks like I have charisma up, appearance up, brawl. Okay. I think it's good to have 1 point in that. Subterfuge is good. Firearms is good. I don't really want to deal with stealth. Definitely not stealth. I like computer, finance, scholarship. That's all good. Perception and wits. Wits and intelligence are 2 important things for me. Okay, we've already done that. Oh, we can just have no history? I prefer that. Okay. Everything's looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and accept. All right, let's get right into it. The Embrace, the act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. I wonder if that'll have any significance later. Oh man, this is freaky. Oh! Oh! Okay.
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken.
No.
As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
Oh. Well.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit! All I'm saying is that he better not do it.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind, and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening. Your sire. Tragic. My apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Okay. It's quite an opener.